What's up, guys, and welcome to the Life of Pi podcast with me, your host, P. Young. This is a podcast on movies and television. Tonight, we are on episode number 77 of this program, and we are continuing our journey through season 4 of What We Do in the Shadows. Tonight, we're talking episode 7, The Pine Barrens. I believe this one was directed by Kyle Newacek. I'm hoping I saw that right on the credit screen, because if so, then I'll look really smart. If not, I'll look really dumb. But away we go. So, episode 7, Pine Barrens. This episode is about, basically it centers around Laszlo and Nandor for the most part. So you have two different scenes. You have Laszlo and Nandor. They go off on a hunting trip with baby Colin Robinson and their neighbor Sean. Then back at the house, you have Guillermo and Naja. Unbeknownst to each other, they don't know they're both home at the same time. So Naja thinks she's getting a ladies' night, and Guillermo is planning a family dinner that he's been putting off for 12 years. So we're going to start in the Pine Barrens with Laszlo, Nandor, baby Colin Robinson, and their neighbor Sean. So they're off to the Pine Barrens. Laszlo and Nandor, they're arguing the whole time. They're telling Sean they gotta be back early on Sunday by 5 a.m. because it's nightfall. And then we flip over and Naja is at the house. She's sitting in a blood bath, like a literal bath of blood with doll Naja, a little haunted doll of Naja. And she's like, we're gonna have a girls' night. I'm gonna have the girls over. We're gonna have a rumpus. And Guillermo's like, it's nice to be home alone. I'm gonna have the family over. And it's going to be great. I've been putting off for 12 years. So, Nandor and Laszlo, after Sean goes to bed, they go out hunting for humans. And Nandor's like, I'm going to use echolocation for this. Of course, it doesn't work because they're in the middle of the woods and there's no humans out there besides them. And then, of course, our next scene, we have baby Colin Robinson, who's up during the day because even though he's a vampire, he's not partial to the sunlight or whatever. And he's basically telling Sean about what he does for fun. He likes to play video games and punch holes in the wall with this hammer. So we flip back over. The Naja's girls' night is off to a rousing start. It's Naja, baby doll Naja, Marwa, Nandor's wife, and the guide. Again, I love the guide. She just brand new appearances throughout the episodes. So great. They're doing karaoke, they're drinking, they're doing limbo, and then they decide they're going to watch Naja's favorite film because it reminds her of home, which is Mamma Mia. So I've never personally seen Mamma Mia, so maybe I'm missing out. I don't know. But we flip back downstairs. Guillermo's family's arriving. Of course, he's wearing a nice fancy silk shirt. And they're like, oh my God, your house is huge. He's prepared this feast for them. And basically, they're drilling him like how he got this big house. How would you get a promotion to pay for this house? He's like, oh, I got a promotion from Panera Bread to the train station. Which, this just doesn't make any sense at all. If anybody were to believe that, you're just ding-dongs. So we flip back over, we're in the Pine Barrens with Sean. He's telling a story to baby Colin Robinson about the New Jersey Devil. He's describing, he's got a couple arms, a big penis and balls. He's got a half goat, I think half horse head, and he's got a tail. And of course, baby Colin Robinson's like, oh, I don't know, and he's like kind of scared about it. And of course, Nandor and Laszlo, they flip over and they're like, it's not real. Like we just made that up for humans to cover up the fact that we're killing humans in the woods or whatever. So that's basically our way of covering our tracks. So we then have the fact that Naja goes downstairs to get a refill on her drink back at the house and discovers that Guillermo's whole family is there. And she walks in and Guillermo, unbeknownst to us, has told his family at some point in time that Naja is his girlfriend because she got sick of his mom trying to set him up with girls from her church. And as some of you out there have had happen, family members trying to set you up with people all the time so you tell lies just to get out of it. I feel like I've done, I'm sure other people have done it too. So we get where he's coming from. So he tells his family that Naja's his girlfriend, and then when she shows up, / maid. He says, I'm very rich, I have a maid / girlfriend now, and Naja, you could tell, is pissed. Instantly pissed. And we flip back over. Nandor and Laszlo are arguing about, their past failures and war and use of guns and everything. And then they argue about seating arrangements in the car, and Laszlo's telling Nandor that Sean's his best friend and not Laszlo. They start screaming at each other, and Laszlo starts shooting a gun at Nandor as Nandor's yelling, jabroni, 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 and actually shoots him in the hand, which instantly pisses him off. So, of course, that wakes up Sean. It's, I think, 4 or 5 shots are fired. Sean wakes up. He goes, where's baby Colin Robinson? The door's open. So, we flip back over to the dinner. The dinner's going well. Guillermo's family is taking to Naja very well, and she's loving them. She's like, this is so great. They're so nice. And, of course, Guillermo's grandma pulls him to the side. He's like, hey, our family heritage, as you guys remember, he has Van Helsing blood, /DNA, whatever you want to call it. And she's like, whenever a vampire, these monsters are around, our blood starts to boil, we get hot and angry, we can't control ourselves, and that's how we know a vampire's around. And basically tells Guillermo that Naja's a vampire, which, of course, Guillermo already knows. So Guillermo's instantly like, well, shit. I didn't think about that. And while this is going on, Naja's telling a story. All of a sudden, Guillermo's family just starts getting more and more agitated, irritated, breaking glasses. Next thing you know, they're breaking stuff in half, and they start throwing stakes at Naja as she's running up the wall. And Guillermo's like, I'm sorry, Naja, that you're very much. She's like, you fucking think I don't know? And then she's like, tries to get all brave and yell, do you know who I am? They start throwing stakes at her even more. So she runs away. We flip upstairs. All the girls are still watching Mamma Mia, trying to figure out, is the dad Pierce Bronson? Is it the other guy? We go back downstairs. It's still pure chaos. Naja's being chased around the house. Guillermo's trying to stop him. And of course, Guillermo, the only reason they stop because Guillermo stops and announces that he is gay and that he wants to become a vampire. So the family has known he's gay for a while, but they're like, what do you mean you want to be a vampire and that you don't work at the railroad? So flip back over, Nandor and Laszlo are in the woods looking for baby Colin Robinson. They find him. He goes, I heard something weird in the woods, so I came outside. All of a sudden you hear Sean screaming in the distance, and they run back to the house, and guess what? You have the New Jersey Devil. This part is so damn funny, guys. It is so funny. It's literally just a big red, almost like a big, like just ridiculous looking stuffed animal with a red tail. It's so damn funny. And it's attacking Sean. So of course, Laszlo and Nandor go to attack it to get it away from Sean. And he picks them both up. One, he has Nandor by the ass and Laszlo, I think, by the throat. And he's smashing them together. Throws Laszlo and throws Nandor. So they're getting their butts kicked. And Sean's like, I'm gonna grab my shotgun from inside the house. And of course, Laszlo runs over, grabs his flute, his magical flute. I forgot to mention that. It starts playing. The Jersey Devil runs up, snaps it in half, and then starts kicking the shit out of them. So then Sean runs in the house, goes to grab his gun. Baby Colin Robinson's like, play Jersey music. And what do you guys think comes on? None other than, oh, we're halfway there. Whoa, living out a prayer. Bon Jovi himself. Sorry about the terrible singing, but you know what? It's my show. This is what happens. So the New Jersey Devil stops what he's doing, starts singing the Bon Jovi song, like actually singing it. And that's when Laszlo comes out of the water in bat form and human form. And Nandor and Laszlo start attacking him and they drain him of blood. Sean ends up shooting himself, I think in the foot. And of course, at that point, baby Colin Robinson's like, so can we go home now? And then we go back to the house and we got, Naja as Guillermo's whole family hypnotized that she's gonna kill him. But Guillermo like begs her, you know, please don't. They're my family. Just hypnotize them. Let them forget that they met you. And of course, for some reason, Naja has a soft spot in her heart. And she goes, fine, I'll let them live. And that they only remember the fact that you were gay. And not that, well, no, yeah, that you were gay, which they already know. Not the fact that you want to become a vampire or live with vampires and you don't work at the train station. Of course, Guillermo throws a little shade at her. Literally goes, shade. And then we see on the way back that Laszlo is driving. Sean is in the back seat, hypnotized. And Nandor is catty-corner from him in the car so they can have a direct conversation together. And we see that they brought a souvenir home from the woods. They took the head of the Jersey Devil and mounted it on the wall of the house. And that ends your episode. Again, guys, this is another the creators of the show. This episode is just so damn funny. The creators, writers, and directors of the show, they keep killing it. Each episode just gets better and better. And again, that's why they were nominated for Emmys this past year. And I'm sure, you know, if they have another season or two, I'm sure there'll be more coming up. Hopefully they'll get a win because this show is great. Again, it's the British humor I personally love. Some people, it's not for everybody. And I love doing these episodes, especially covering this show because it's such a popular show. And I'm trying to get the word out about my friends and family who haven't watched yet. It's such a great show. So, yeah, I mean, that's all we're going to say. It's a fantastic show and I love it. So thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you've enjoyed what you've been hearing. And I have a couple more of these. I think we have 3 more. Then after we're done with this, we're actually going to be jumping into the Twilight Saga. And I will be having a guest star for that one. My sister-in-law will be joining me. She is Team Edward. I was Team Jacob. We have a couple funny stories to tell about our times going to see Twilight movies together because my brother wouldn't go with them. Because the movies came out when she was dating my brother, but we became really good friends while they were dating. We went to see the movies together, but we'll get to all that once we get to Twilight, and we will be covering them in sections, not one. We're not gonna do all. We're gonna do all of them, but we're gonna do split them in half. Then after that, I have confirmed that we will be doing live YouTube recaps of Yellowstone Season 5 when it comes out in a couple weeks. So be on the lookout for those because me and Matt will be doing that as well. So lots of cool stuff coming down the pipe and possibly some Harry Potter coverage I might be doing with my aunt. So lots of first-time guests coming up. So lots of cool, exciting, fun stuff coming your way. So stay tuned. And again, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that 5-star button, leave me a review. It helps me, it helps the show. And yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying all this because I'm going to keep on going as long as you guys are enjoying it. And as always, I hope you've enjoyed your slice of pie.